Hi guys, my name is Venkat. I have around 11 years experience in IT industry and I have 2+ years experience in RPA tools. Okay, so as part of this demo, I will cover the basic concepts of RPA and a couple of details on UiPath and Prism. And at the end, I will also cover the training agenda and what all benefits you get from this training. Okay, so what is an RPA? RPA is a software robot wherein it mimics the human interactions by incorporating all the activities inside the process to process the transactions, manipulating data, triggering responses, and communicating with other digital systems. The core idea of RPA is very simple. Rather than have people to interact with applications, RPA uses software robots that drive application user interface in the same way. Okay, RPA can work with applications even if they don't have an APIs exposed. Okay, it can use the GUIs where the users are interacting with the GUI application. Similar way, the RPA can interact with the applications and get the data, and even it can enter the data and get the consolidated data as well. So I just summarized a couple of RPA features. It's not limited to this, but these are the high-level features. Okay, the first point is a version control maintenance. Each process will be maintained in a version control system like SVN or PFS. And the second point is security, which is the major concern for the customers. Initially, in a couple of years back, to use RPA, the customers are afraid of to use RPA tools because of security issues. But now the security features are more in RPA tools, like the RPA vendors itself, assuring that if any problems with security and if any penalty from the customers, will be ready to pay that penalty. So that kind of assurance the RPA vendors giving nowadays. The next step is large group deployment. Basically, you can there are the number of robots you can deploy in the large group, and you can even scale up or down the number of robots based on the requirement without downtime. And the next step is rule-based exception handling. We have best features in RPA tools, like in major tools like UiPath, Prism, and Automation Anywhere, to implement this exception handling. The job scheduling is to schedule the jobs. Okay? The release environments is like to deploy the packages for development, test, and production environment like that. Highly elastic scalability is to scale up or down the number of robots for the requirement based on the customer requirement. The work use is basically to process the transaction by multiple robots here. And these are the couple of benefits I just kept here. These are the reasons for selecting an RPA tool. The major RPA benefits I kept here are the increased efficiency, improved accuracy. This you will get by configuring the robot, because robot will work as per the configurations you did in the process, and it will not do even single mistake. And the process wise, the performance wise, very speed compared with humans. And the lower operation costs, and the scale up or down easily, and the higher employee productivity and satisfaction, the better managed repeatable tasks, reduced cycle time, average handling time is less compared with human, and the redefined business workflows. And the next one is easier agile process design. And the next one is richer data analytics, as most of the RPA tools like UiPath and Automation Anywhere has the analytic related concepts also introduced. And the fast time to markets, implementation process is very easy, and in very faster manner you can implement the process and you can take it to market. The next one is reduce implementation risks. The risk is very less because no need to write any code, just drag and drop. And these are the major, around 12 RPA tools I specified here. Out of these 12, 3 are the major tools like UiPath, Prism, and Automation Anywhere. As part of my training, I will cover UiPath and Prism. Okay, if you see the differences technology-wise, UiPath is the most rated one in the market. This chart I got from the Gartner report, not the one I prepared. This is a little bit old report, which is around 6 months back. The UiPath rated around 3.67. Nowadays, since 6 months, UiPath got matured in so many areas like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the deep learning kind of integrations as well. And if you see the difference, a couple of features I kept in the right side, and all these tools, developed on the Microsoft technologies. If you see the UiPath is on Microsoft, and the Blue Prism is C Sharp, and the Microsoft is again for automation anyway. Okay, and so the RPA, whatever we have is robotic process automation. The next generation for RPA is intelligent process automation, because this RPA is getting integrating with the artificial intelligence and machine learning concepts. Okay, so the intelligent process automation refers to the application of artificial intelligence and related new technologies like computer vision, cognitive automation, machine learning, all those things. So integration with third-party cognitive services like Google Deep Learning, IBM, Watson, Microsoft. There are so many artificial intelligence and machine learning related applications that are getting integrated with UiPath. And automation even is also booming like anything. Okay. And if you see the right side table, now what is an RPA and next what is an RPA. So now the current number of tasks are getting automated. In future, entire process will be automated. The transactional RPA now and RPA plus artificial intelligence is going to come. Tactical POCs now, and in future strategic deployments are coming. A few quick wins now, and durable long-term value will get using this IPA. Okay. And if you completely want to automate the digital operations, like out of 100%, for enterprise process activities, out of 100% RPA is 60% of work is there, and for cognitive RPA is around 15% work is there, and for chatbots around 15% work is there, and 10% work is in artificial intelligence. Okay. So now the current RPA tools are the robotic process automation. When it comes for intelligent process automation, that is a combination of cognitive RPA, chatbots, and artificial intelligence. And most of the work is on RPA tools, like 60% of enterprise process activities. Okay. I just kept one simple slide to make you understand how the manual process is there to just assign a role to a user, and how script-based business process automation, and how it will happen if you keep the robot in place. Okay, the implementation process for script-based process automation is very huge time-taking process, because you need to develop a lot of codes, and you need to interact with the third-party applications using XMLs and APIs. Okay, and you can match how the user is interacting with the manual process to systems, and how is adding the role to a user to a role. And you can see how the script-based business process, interacting with the SQL database and APIs, and then interacting with the JMS queues, and then adding the adding user to a role, and then sending an email to this. And robot is very simple process here. You just drag and drop, and you can make a process so that it will interact with the applications, and it will do it very faster. Okay, I just wanted to cover a little bit, architecture and component level for UiPath and Blue Prism. Yes, till now I just covered high-level concepts of RPA. Now I'm just going to talk about the UiPath architecture and components. If you see UiPath architecture, there are three components here. One is UiPath Studio, the second one is UiPath Orchestrator, and the last one is Robot. UiPath Studio is basically a place where a user will log into it, and then you develop some process and then deploy onto UiPath Orchestrator. UiPath Orchestrator is the place where you will configure some user management related things, and you will configure robots there, and you deploy the processes there, and then robots will execute the process once you schedule the job. All those things will be there in Orchestrator. It's a web-based application. The UiPath is a studio where you develop all your process. Once you deploy your process onto server, which is UiPath Orchestrator, the robot will pick the job, and then execute the corresponding process, and it interacts with the third-party applications based on the configurations you did in the process. Okay, and the robot, if we talk about it, there are two kinds of robots. One is attended, and the second one is unattended. Attended is basically just to monitor the jobs and process, and the unattended robot is basically to execute the process here. Okay, so these are the high-level components of UiPath here, and so I just kept two things here. One is for Studio screenshot of UiPath, and the Orchestrator screenshot of UiPath. You can see a couple of things here. The left side, the one I'm showing here is the couple of activities where we to configure your applications, to migrate the data, to integrate applications, to consolidate data preparation, or to interact with any like how human is interacting with applications. See, all those activities you can see on the left side, and the middle one is the area where you will implement your process. On the right side of the properties of each and activity here. Okay, once you do your process, you go to setup here, and then you deploy the process, and that process will go and sit in the process here in the orchestrator here. And the robots will be configured under robots, and you can see how many robots are deployed here, how many processes are deployed, how many assets are there, how many queues are there for processing the transactions, how many schedules you did, all those things you can see in the control room here. Okay, sorry, in the orchestrator here. And the next one I wanted to talk about is Blue Prism architecture and components. The architecture is, I can say, is a thick client and server framework here for Blue Prism, whereas UiPath is a thin client and server. Is very, the complexity is very less compared with Blue Prism. Okay, here you can see a couple of areas here, like studio. Again the studio will have an object studio, and the second one is process studio. And there is one thing called control room, where you will configure all your robots there, and you will associate your process to execute it. And one more thing is system manager, wherein you will configure all the users and the administration related things here. Once you develop the object studio, those object studios will be used to develop your process to interact with your applications using the VBOs, which is visual business objects, which will be developed in the object studio here. Once you deploy your process onto Blue Prism database, from the control room, robots will interact with your process, and then it takes the process from the Blue Prism database and interacts with the process here, and then it interacts with the VBOs to interact with your business logic using user interface here. Okay, so that is the high-level process, high-level components of Blue Prism. And if you see, I just kept a couple of screenshots here for Blue Prism. One is studio, where you can see two parts here. One is process studio and the object studio here. And the control room is basically to manage your robots and process deployments here. And you can see job schedules and the session management also here. On the right side, one admin-related things like system manager, where you can see all your user-related things, tools related things, management, and license related things here. As part of my training, this is the agenda. So in UiPath, I would cover around 25 classes, and each class will have one use case. Okay, and those use cases will be helpful to you to implement your process in any of the domains like banking or finance or telecom or whatever the domains. Each class will have one use case for even UiPath and Blue Prism, and those use cases are on these concepts like programming concepts and desktop application automation, like to interact with your WordPad, Excel applications like that, and data migration, by opening the portals, and it interacts with the portals to enter the data, to get the data, it interacts with the database related tables. All those activities can be done in the data migration and data entry parts. And the next one is integration and data consolidation. It will interact with the multiple applications to to integrate. If I want to centralized, if I want to prepare a centralized process to interact with multiple applications and to prepare this consolidated data, I can integrate without having any APIs exposed from the third-party applications. And I also covered a couple of manual activities, automations, like how to interact with applications and prepare it and send it to email, or whatever the activities you want to do. Every activity can perform. And the next one is Amazon and Flipkart automation, and it interacts with the Amazon and it gets the data and send an email automatically. After this agenda, I will cover one Amazon automation process also, just to show you an example like how it works in automation. And the email automation and the digitalization and the PDF automations, process execution by robot configuration and deployment, all these parts I would cover in 25 use cases and in 25 classes. And Blue Prism, around 15 to 20 classes, I will cover 15 use cases for this. And as part of my training, what I would do is I will provide the material for both UiPath and Blue Prism, and I would also provide the daily class notes. I will upload the class notes and the daily class recordings onto into YouTube and Google Drive, and I will also prepare 200 interview questions I will provide at the end of the training. And I will also support to get the job. Until you get the job, my support will be there. Okay. So I'll just show you one automation in UiPath. Okay. So what I did here is just it automatically opens an Explorer, Internet Explorer. It types something in automation in Amazon application, and then it searches for something and then get the data and put in Excel sheet and send an email. Okay. For now, I just process to get the Amazon data, and then it will load into an Excel sheet. The email automation I have not done that activities here now. let me execute this process and then show you how it works. The first step what I did here is it opens an application in Internet Explorer, okay, and then it will go and type into Internet Explorer like Amazon.in, and then it will go and type in search box and gets all the Samsung mobiles, and it fills in an Excel sheet, and then it will segregate the data into two parts like mobile of cost less than 7,000, mobile of cost greater than 7,000, like that, and then it will fill in an Excel sheet and give it to you. That is what the process I wanted to do now. So if I go and see now, there is one Excel sheet I prepared, okay, Excel sheet I prepared for storing Amazon data. Okay, so here just let me open this. I'll just let me delete the data here and see how the Amazon automation will work here. Okay, so now close this, all this data. Okay, just delete it, save it. If you see actual data from Amazon, there is no data here. Less than 7,000, how many mobiles are there? There is no data here. And if you see greater than 7,000, there is no data here. I'm just closing this Excel file. If I go and execute this Amazon automation, it will go to Amazon application, and then it will get the data and then fill it in Excel sheets. Okay, normally to get this data, it will take 5 minutes to 10 minutes to prepare the data for a human. Okay, but if you see around 10 seconds it took. Okay, if you go and see the data in the file, Amazon data, it prepared the data here. Okay, all the data from Amazon. What Amazon application is open? It is opened the Amazon portal here with the Amazon.in, and it typed the data here, and it got all the mobile names and costs here. If you go and see Excel sheet here, the mobile names and costs here I got around 25 mobile names and 25 costs I got it. What automation process did now here is it is converted into proper cost. It removed all the commas, it removed all the dots, it removed all the spaces, and loaded properly for all the mobiles less than 7,000 here and for all the mobile greater than 7,000 here. This is a simple process I just executed just to make you understand how this process will execute. Like this, we can do. There are so many examples like this. If you see my batch 5 here, there are so many processes I did here. Around 25 processes I did here, and each process is having one use case here. Okay. Similarly, I did around 15 to 20 use cases in Prism as well. Okay. So that's all about brief about my RPA tools, UiPath and Prism, and the basic concepts in RPA. If you have any questions, please get in touch with the concerned person and call me for if you have any doubts. Okay, thank you.